we do anything? When we do anything differently?
Yeah. Especially since we're not a kid on the table. It's recording.
Yes.
Ready?
They can't hardly see her.
Hello, welcome to our quarantine top 100. We're sitting at home bored, so we decided to do this.
Yeah, we like games.
We like games, we like lists, and these go together. So let's get into it. So this is one of our kittens, 11. So she'll be our guest on here.
Yeah.
So my number 100.
Nope. You didn't say who you were.
No.
We'll get it eventually.
Hello, welcome to our quarantine top 100. We're Dorks Gone Wild. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Tina.
So we're bored, and we're going to do our top 100 list.
Yeah, because we like board games.
We like games, we like lists. So let's go ahead and start with our number one. This is 11.
11
our
is our
cat.
100.
She'll be running around. So my number 100 is 10 Days in the USA. There's a bunch of different variants of this one. There's 10 Days in Africa, Asia, Europe. Basically, if you've ever played Racco, this is the gamer version of this where you're just trying to go on vacation. And since you can't go on vacation, take a virtual vacation. So it plays 2 to 4, very quick. It's one of those games you can actually win before the game starts.
Yes.
I've never seen it come close.
No.
But you can actually draft your 10 tiles in the right order. But it's got some cool mechanics where you're putting down a tile, replacing it with another tile. You can't switch. It gets very frustrating.
No, you can't move them. You do switch
You
them.
switch it, but you can't move them once they go in
Right,
there.
like
You have to take them out.
You switch it with another one in your rack.
Yeah.
And then,
But it's great fun. It's an intro game. Definitely anybody can play this one. So 10 Days in the USA.
my 100 is Unearth, which is a cool game. It's got set collection and dice rolling and tiling, and is it intro? It's an intro game, right?
It kind of is. It's
a
got
heavier intro, I
sure.
guess. But I like that you're building wonders, so it's kind of got like that abstract feel, which I love abstract games. And you're bidding basically on cards up at the top for set collection, and when you're bidding, you're rolling your dice to do that, and you get like a D4 and a D6 and a D8, and you're rolling not only to try and collect those cards, but also if you roll low, then you get those hexagons to make the wonders, which get you powers and special abilities. And there is some dickiness in it.
Yeah, it's got the delve cards, which allow you to kind of screw with other players and manipulate your dice, which I think makes it more of a Euro than most games with dice, because you can manipulate your dice.
It's not just luck with the dice. Yeah, I like that too, because as you know, we don't like luck.
We're not big fans.
Yeah, so this is a really fun game, and I think most people can probably play it.
Yeah, and it does have an expansion, which was good. We played it a couple times.
Yeah, the expansion adds a solo variant too, which we don't care about. We don't play games solo, but
No.
it also added a 5th player, which is cool.
Yeah, and we haven't played with 5 yet, but I don't think it'll slow it down.
No, I don't think so either. So that's my 100.
All right. My number 99 is this huge game right here. Twilight. I don't have a copy. So there's only 2 games in my top 100 I don't have a copy of, and this is one of them. This is Twilight Imperium 4. Probably a picture somewhere. I don't know. I'm doing my own graphics this time. So, this is a all-day fighting space with great mechanics. It's got some Euro feeling to it for sure. It's got tech upgrades. It's definitely area control. It's a game that doesn't reward you just for straight up attacking. You have to defend yourself. There's objectives that can be met, so you kind of have to watch everybody else. There's some negotiation. It's a great game. It's long. You need a dedicated group. It's got tons of powers. Highly recommend this one.
It has really good art.
Great art. Yeah, it's one of the first games. We bought Twilight Imperium 3. 4 is much better.
We bought 3, it was like the 3rd game that we owned, and we got way in over our heads real fast.
We spent a day setting it up once.
And then didn't even finish it all.
No. But Yeah, it's good. This is the game. Find somebody that's an expert. So this has like a lot of Facebook groups, Reddit groups, just for this game to get groups together because you need a long commitment. You need players that understand it. Great videos out there. But Twilight Imperium 4 is my number 99.
My number 99. Oh Jesus, is heavy. It's Wingspan.
Not a heavy game. Physically heavy.
Physically heavy, not depth heavy.
Not depth heavy.
Depth heavy, sure. The art is really cool in this. I'm going to say that a lot because art is what draws me to most things. But it's got a really unique theme with the birds, and every single card is a different bird with the flavor text is like facts about the birds and stuff that are legit facts, which is really cool. I like birds.
Yeah, it's a Stonemaier game, but not Jamie's.
Right, yes. But so it's like well made, but
definitely overmade.
Overproduced, but that's not always bad. And then we made like the little 3D. We started making the 3D pieces to replace the wooden or the cardboard tokens for it. But it has like a birdhouse, dice tower. The theme is strong in this one, and it's definitely an intro game, I think.
Yeah, it's not very deep. It's got 40 to 70 minutes on it.
And it plays 5,
yeah,
which is good.
It's definitely an engine builder.
Yeah, it's got drafting and set collection. But it's basically, you're just doing like 1, 2, or 3 things. Yeah. Like you're playing a card or you're following the directions.
Yeah, we haven't played the expansion yet.
We don't have it.
We don't even have it. Haven't played it.
No.
But heard good things about it. One thing I did feel the more we played it, the more replayability kind of went down on it.
Yeah.
So
you're doing the same thing. But I think that the expansion helps with that. I think it gives it some new mechanics and stuff. But yeah, it's a fun game, and if you like birds, the art is phenomenal in it.
Yep.
So, that's my 99.
So my number 98 is one of the few really heavy themed games I love. But Treasure Island, such a great game.
I'm surprised you.
Yeah, this one hit me out of nowhere.
I got it for you for Christmas.
Yeah, I was not expecting to like this one. It's definitely more. It's based on theme.
It's thematic. It's like super thematic.
It's got some cool mechanics. So you get to draw on the board.
Yeah,
and it's a 1 versus all, which we don't usually like that much.
True story. But it's not. It's 1 versus all, but you're still in it for yourself.
Right, you're still in it for yourself, but you're all
kind of working together.
You're kind of using each other's information more than actually working together.
True.
So one person hides the treasure, and everybody else is trying to find it. You get to draw on the map with this cool marker. My biggest issue, why it's probably not much higher, is the map's so busy that when you draw on it, it's hard to tell what's happening.
And it's 2-sided, but both sides are hard to see, especially if you're colorblind.
Yeah,
that makes it hard.
I'm kind of hoping they put just like a black and white version of it, where like a red marker or something like that, where it's just kind of easier.
But just it has to be more than one.
Sure, everybody else has their own colors. But it's a great deduction game, and deduction games they're getting better.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something, and I really enjoy deduction games.
Yeah,
so
I like those a lot.
Treasure Island. It's 2 to 5. We played it with 5. It's really good at 5.
Yeah, it doesn't slow it down at all.
I haven't played with 2 yet. 45 minutes.
Oh, I don't know how it would be with 2.
I think it would probably be about the same, just because.
I mean, one person's still going to be long down silvers.
Well, you're going to get less information from other people, so we'll try it in 2-player and let you know. Not right now though, because we have to do this list. But
that's true.
Treasure Island, check this one out. It's got some amazing components to it.
Yeah.
Original. Love to see an expansion for it with a better map. Some different powers, but
that'd be great.
Treasure Island.
My 98 is Silver and Gold. So this game we got for my birthday.
Yeah.
We hadn't really heard much, like I had seen it or whatever talked about, but I didn't know much about it, and so thanks David Reed from Time Well Spent for suggesting that one. It's awesome. It's a paper and pencil, but it's whiteboards. And they're high quality too, so they erase really nice, which is super important.
Yeah, it's almost a roll and write. I guess you could almost call it that.
But you don't roll.
You don't roll, but it's got the same type of feel.
I mean, I think those are probably the same genre.
It's got flip and write.
Yeah. So it's Tetris meets pirate hunting, or treasure hunting pirates, I guess. So you're flipping over cards that have like the Tetris shapes on them, and there's cards out in the middle that have like palm trees and coins and stuff that if you cover those up, and there's palm trees out there, you get certain things. And if you
it's got different ways to score for sure.
Right. So And there's public goals, which I love. We love goals.
Yeah, and we have played it 2-player. It's really good 2-player.
Yeah, 2-player, and we played it 4.
Played
And
it 4,
it
yeah.
didn't slow it down at all. It's still a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does play fast. Really,
It is a fast
it's a filler.
game. Yeah, it's super easy. Anybody can play it. Silver and Gold is my 98.
So my 97. This is one that we disagree on.
No, we don't disagree on it. I just
Don't.
can't play it.
So Cryptid,
It's a
another
great game.
hidden deduction game. The great thing about this one is you don't need anybody to set the game up. The game sets itself up. It's got an app, it's got a book. You put all these little pieces on the board, and there's only one spot out of all these spots it can be based on the generator. And so what happens, you start asking other people for clues, and based on the information they give you, you start figuring out what their power is, where it can't be within 2 of the ocean, or it can't be within 1 of the desert. So you're trying to, you have your information, so you know, like we play this at 5 a lot. Plays 5, right? 3 to 5. Yeah, we play this 5 a lot. So you're you have a fifth of the information yourself, and then you're trying to deduce the rest where it can be by knowing where it can't be.
And you're marking it as you go, so everybody that's playing, it's kind of like Treasure Island.
Sure.
It's all versus the game.
It's all versus the game. It has a little PI feel to me where
Yeah.
when you guess something, you're going to put a cube out there that shows information to other players where it can and can't be.
Yeah.
It's a short game. It can be really short if somebody guesses. I mean, technically, you could guess on the first turn if you just happen to guess it. No. Yeah, close.
James or something.
Yeah, somebody did it really close. But Cryptid is it's one of my favorite games to teach new players. It's hard to teach because you can't help them. A lot of games you like, oh, if you did this, this would happen. And you're like, I can't help you at all. You got to figure it out yourself. So this is one where the first game usually is a little weird for new players, and then after that they go, oh, I love this, and let's play it.
Yeah, I just can't play it. I mess it up every time.
So, Cryptid.
All right, my number 97 is Ice Cool and Ice Cool 2. They're essentially the same game, but when you pair them together, they make one great big giant racetrack, basically, and you're flicking penguins.
In a school.
Yeah, it's Ice Cool. Get it?
So,
Get
I
it?
don't get it.
Oh, okay. It's dexterity with penguins, and there's some take that in it. You can like flick your penguin into other penguins to like move them to a poorer spot.
You can definitely do some trick shots, and
Well, you can try.
You can try.
You can like jump over the walls if you can get your penguin to do what you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like just the base game is still fun to play.
it is.
But if you add the two together, it makes a gigantic track, and you can do teams.
And 8 players.
Yeah, we've done it with 8 players, and you're just.
And it's the most fun.
It's
8 players.
so much better.
8 player teams is the way to play this.
Yeah, it's super cool. And so you're trying to like flick your penguins through the doors, and
Collect
your
fish.
fish are like on top of these doors on some of them. So if you go under a door that has your fish on it, then you collect your fish, and the first person to get all their fish and back to wherever you start, the cafeteria, I think.
Yeah, you gotta get to the when you play the big one, you gotta get back to the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a designated
And
spot.
it's got different setups,
Yeah,
which is awesome.
and each of the boxes hold the whole game, so it's really cool. Like it's compact, but then it comes
Yeah,
out and it's
it's a huge
huge
game.
and it's awesome. And
And this is a game where people look at it and go, "Oh, what is this?" I
yeah,
wanna
its
play it.
table presence is
It's
strong.
huge,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, it's really fun. Anybody can play it. It's party game,
Party game,
but
definitely.
it's really a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
makes you do stupid stuff. So that's why 97,
So my number 96 is really low on my list,
which is bad.
and I think I screwed up my list because
Whoa.
that should not be this low.
It
But I'm
shouldn't.
still gonna say it.
Well,
Coimbra.
did you actually like?
No, I did. I worked on it. That didn't sound good.
No,
did
but it never
Did
does.
you hear that?
That's bad.
That was the coins.
The
Bruh.
bruh.
Coimbra.
Ugh,
So this is a classic feeling Euro.
it is.
It definitely has that meaty, no theme.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell.
I'm sure that just think.
There's like a kingdom. I don't know.
Doing? But this has got some push your luck on it. It's got figuring out what the other people are trying to do. Really love how this one plays. It plays 4 players.
Yeah.
And it's not
75 to
it's not
120.
overly hard to teach. It's hard to remember. It's kind
Yeah,
of one
well,
of those games.
like, that's part of our problem though, is
Yeah.
that we play a game and then like a year later we play it again
Yeah.
because we have a ton of games.
But this has the tech trees we love.
Love tech.
Going up in the tech trees, getting different powers. There's a lot of times in this game where you're just like, well, I would want to do this to see what happens. I don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's got the different tracks on it. It's got drafting.
Yeah.
Based on dice.
Yeah.
And it's got a couple. You can sneak up on people by going to different spots and take some stuff unexpected. If you love the classic, I mean, it feels like a Feld to me. It really does. And you'll hear
yeah,
it.
there's a lot of different like paths
Yeah.
to victory and stuff in there.
You'll hear us say that a lot. Where some games feel like a
I've
Feld.
never heard of it.
Yeah. But this feels like a Feld-ish type game. Theme-wise,
Don't know.
don't know,
No idea.
but an awesome game.
Yeah.
Coimbra.
All right, my number 96 is here.
Oh,
Here, I don't know. It's Gizmos. We
Oh.
don't have it. Bags has it.
Yeah.
He let us play it. It is a Phil Walker Harding game.
it is, and
I
he
like
makes
Phil Walker Harding.
Phil makes great abstract tile games.
Does, which is one reason why I like it. But this isn't a tile game.
It's not.
It's not. It's science.
Sure.
Isn't it? Is it the science one? You're like making. No, that's not science. It's the Gizmos. You're making like machines.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember, but it is like Splendor with a different theme, basically.
Sure.
It's engine building, which I love, and it's got a marble.
Yeah, so it's got the motion, potion explosion
Yeah. It's,
type.
Yes.
gimmick.
You're pulling marbles out of a tank, and you want them to explode because potion explosion, but these don't explode.
No.
Anyway, you're still pulling out marbles, and you're putting them in your little beaker holder thing, and then you're moving them or using them to create engines.
Mhm.
And your engines,
Use powers. Yeah.
progress you along to get 15 or that's Splendor. To get
You sure you're not talking about Splendor?
it's the same game. It's
It is.
literally the same game, but I like
It
this
is. It's so it's
theme better,
grabbing.
and I can't tell you
It's
what the
grabbing
theme
a
is.
certain number of marbles of different types to fulfill orders, kind of fulfill.
Engine building.
Yeah, fulfill the card, and when the card goes, you get points and you get other powers. And the more you do of one specialty, the better you get at it. So you can start drawing more marbles of a certain color. You got hand limits, you got file limits, which is so the more that you play it, the more you figure out what strategy works best for you.
Yeah, you kind of have to go like change it as you go along to what strategy
Yep.
will work best.
And it
depending
lets
on
you
what marbles
manipulate.
come out,
Yeah,
too.
it also lets you manipulate. It's definitely like just triggering those engines where like I get this marble, but it's gonna become this marble, and then now it becomes this marble, and it fulfills this. It's two of these now instead of one.
Yeah,
It's so awesome.
it is. Classic engine builder.
Classic.
I like it. Sorry about that.
Number 95 for me, light, quick game.
Yeah. Super gateway.
Brass. So we do have both of them, Brass,
Lancashire
Lancaster,
and
in Birmingham. I'm not a train fan.
Nope.
No, we don't like trains. It's one of our least favorite mechanics, but this does it.
This is your
so-
second. No, it's not.
Now there's a couple other train games on there, but
10 days isn't a train game.
no.
Sorry.
But this is a fabulous. It's an
It's dry as hell.
It's so dry.
So dry.
You're just moving stuff from
It's
one.
it's a network building.
It is network
which
building.
we like, but we don't like the train theme for
Yeah.
whatever reason. I don't
It's
know
definitely
why.
a pick up and deliver.
Yeah.
It's a tight economic game.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Martin Wallace. You know, he loves his trains and he loves
Network.
his 1800s theme or whatever it is. And
18XX.
no, that takes
Oh,
place
oh,
in
oh.
1800s. The old revolution, industrial revolution type
Yeah.
games. But and it's a couple of our friends, one of their favorite games.
And I beat them.
It's a great, heavy game. This is one you got to watch videos on.
Oh Lord, yeah.
You're not gonna play it out of the box, and I've seen people
Or
try
have
it.
someone who knows how to play
Or
and
let's
teach
just play
you.
it.
Thanks, guys.
So this is the reprint of the classic. We played the classic only once before we started playing these. I didn't notice much of a difference.
No,
besides
the
components.
biggest issue. Yeah, the biggest issue was change was the art, which
Yeah.
is
It's
phenomenal,
great art.
and the components. It's got like those heavy clay chips and stuff
Mhm.
now.
Oh, I love those type of chips.
Yeah,
And then
this is Clank.
this is Clank.
He likes this game evidently.
Yeah, he's a big Brass Martin Wallace fan.
You'd think Clank would be his favorite game.
It might be,
It might be.
but Brass, my number 95.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my number 95 is Clank's butt. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's Last Will / Prodigal's Club. We don't have Prodigal's Club. Excuse me, kitten. The people need to see. Lay down. Come on. Here it is. Last will. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Start with last will.
What?
Just start over for last will.
And my number 95 is Last Will / Prodigal's Club, which is the newer version that you can add to this. I guess it's a module game. So
It's a standalone too. But yeah.
Right, it is, but you can add the modules to it to make whatever kind of game you want.
Mm-hmm. And I do like
Or
this one better,
replayability.
personally.
Do you?
Yeah. They're both good though.
It's like Brewster's Millions, the game. You're literally trying to spend.
That's such an old movie that nobody may even know anymore. But it's
I
a
don't
great
care.
Richard
It's
Pryor.
a great movie, and if you haven't seen it, you should.
John
see
Candy, Richard Pryor.
It. Yeah,
Chicago.
that's
Cubs.
a whole nother list. Anyway, it is you have money from a will. No, you have to spend all your money and lose your job and like have zero money left to get the money from the will.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
He's trying to reward being horrible.
Yeah.
Being bad, spending all your money.
Everything on whatever.
So the goal of the game is to get to zero.
Yeah.
To be the first one to run out of money.
Exactly. So counterintuitive. It's so counterintuitive. But it's really cute, and there's like top hats that are your player pieces, and the art is really quirky.
Yeah. Very hip art.
Yeah. Prodigal's Club adds three competitions.
Yes.
So the 3 modules.
Yeah.
And I think it adds. No, it doesn't. This is so this one plays to 5.
Yeah.
We have a big game group, so anything that plays more than 4 is always a plus.
Yeah, 5 is a good number for us for some reason.
Yeah. Usually if it's 6, then we break into 2 groups and play Warriors.
Warriors, a lot of Warriors.
Absolutely. But this is a really fun game. It's not too long, like 75 minutes tops usually.
It goes quick.
Yeah, and it's just really the counterintuitiveness makes it that much more fun.
It's definitely an engine builder.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
You're
getting your cards on your tableau to.
It's got great worker placement.
Yeah.
Action
because you have to like.
Time it.
Yeah, because you have to go in turn order, and that spot's not always open. So yeah, this is a really fun game. That's my 95.
So my number 94 is Western. Another tiny little game.
Yeah, we like those pocket size.
So, Western Legends. Why isn't it higher on my list?
Why isn't it higher?
Because it's god awful with 5 to 6 players.
It's so long.
We end up playing it that way a lot. So I think it kind of stopped getting played because of that.
It could be. How long did that game? Like 6 hours.
Yes,
I feel.
yeah.
It was
We've had some bad.
So long. But we were all new to it. We hadn't played it before
Yeah.
either, so that might have.
But this is a Western in a box. It's a sandbox game. Colossal Games did this. Love it. Travis, great game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to play a Western, I don't know if you'll ever get a better theme feel out of it.
Yeah.
A lot of player interactions. You're getting to duel with players. You're getting to fight over spots.
Yep.
You're getting to rob people, rob banks. You get to go to a saloon. You get to gamble. You get to play poker.
He's so excited looking at it. Oh my god.
Such a great game. But we have the expansion. Haven't played it yet. Haven't played it yet. Ante up, and I think there's even maybe another fistful of.
Yeah, there might. Did we get that one?
We may have that one in here.
We got a Kickstarter, so.
Yeah, but
I don't remember what we get with that.
this one's just unfortunately dropped because it doesn't hit the table because of the length when you play it at the wrong.
Which is what
player.
We have all the time.
4 players, 3 players, great. 5 players, 6, no. This is
5 players, if everybody knows what they're doing, might be okay.
That might be okay, but
6 is
please
just
don't play this
painful.
6. It's but it's a great game.
Yeah.
So it got knocked down my list only because of that and how much we're playing it. But I still love it. It's the best themed Western game. It might be my highest themed Western game. I'll have to double check, but I love it.
Your highest thing?
My highest.
The only Western game you have?
Maybe. I have to check, but still. Western Legend. Love it.
My number 94 is Custom Heroes.
I think I forgot about this game on my list.
That is a damn shame.
I love
because
this
we love this game. We hate the theme. It's dumb. We are not anime people. But it is card crafting. So you are taking cards that are see-through, and they have stuff on them, but most of them are see-through, and then you're putting them in sleeves to build a card. So you can have one card at the beginning of the game that just does one little thing, and then by the end of the game it can do like 3 things or like have a bigger number on it. And it's trick taking, which we hate. It's the worst.
Yeah.
we love trick taking.
So it compares a little bit with Tichu, as far as how you play the cards and the number of the cards that you play is what wins.
No, I didn't like Tichu.
But this changes everything so much because of changing the value. So
yeah, the card crafting aspect.
yeah, you get to change
so
the value of the
better.
cards as we're playing. And
Yeah, and then one thing I like about it is you craft this card and you play it, and then there's a pot in the middle, and it gets shuffled and redealt. So
Yeah.
somebody else is going to get that card you crafted possibly. So you're going to craft someone else's cards, and it's really cool. I like that because you're not just using that same card over and over again
Yeah,
yourself. Everybody's going to have like a chance to use it.
it's such a good trick taker.
It is.
And it is definitely so it's the same people did Mystic Veil.
Yeah.
And Edge of Darkness.
Yeah.
But it's such a good, fun,
It's trick taking, so we like.
oddly themed game.
I mean, it's not really oddly themed. We just don't appreciate.
Yeah.
We don't appreciate anime like a lot of people do. So, but it's really cool.
And plays 6.
Yes, 2 to 6.
Yeah, so it plays 6, which is awesome. We haven't played a 2-player. Trick taking 2-player is usually not very fun.
Yeah.
But-
And a lot of times you'll have like a bot or something, which makes it suck. So
Yeah,
we
we're not
don't
big
like
bot
those.
fans.
But that's my number 94.
My number 93 is one of the best train games out there.
It's a train game.
It's a train
The
game.
jacked up box.
It's a jacked up box. Trans America. So there's also Trans Europe, a bunch of these other ones. This is a quick game where you're just putting out tracks, connecting. You have a little bit of a
It's like
Ticket to Ride feel
yeah,
where you're
putting
trying
out
to connect
tracks and
5 different
stations.
points, which are scattered throughout the country. The map is the most oddly shaped map you will ever see.
So not like.
But it fits to the theme of this and the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
The cool thing is when you build tracks, you can, when you're next to other people's tracks, you can use them to connect your stuff
Yes.
faster. So it's a race.
It helps you win.
It ends quick, and then you add up how many tracks you weren't away, and that's your score. And you're trying not to score points on it.
Yeah.
It's a 30-minute game. We
It
played
plays
it.
up to 6.
It plays up to 6, and it'll play so fast. It's
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Highly recommend this one for anybody.
It's like Pocket Ticket to Ride.
It
Really.
is, and it's definitely been torn up for us.
The movers.
Yeah.
We
So-
won't speak of that.
Trans America, love it.
My number 93 is super heavy. Oh god, it's super heavy. The Climbers. This is a dexterity game.
No,
No?
just an abstract.
All right.
If
It's
it
an
falls
abstract.
off, you're fine. There's no skill needed as far as dexterity.
Dexterity's not like.
Well, you don't get penalized if something falls.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, do you want to start?
Maybe.
Okay.
I feel dumb.
Yeah, it's not a dexterity game.
All right. Okay. My number 93 is The Climbers. This is a really cool abstract. I like abstracts. Where you
3D abstract.
3D abstract, yeah, because it's all these like chunky big wooden blocks, and you have a little person and you have like a little tiny ladder, and then you
Mhm.
have like a bigger ladder, and basically you start with the blocks all built up in the middle, and your person needs to climb up, and you're moving blocks each turn if you can to go higher, and the person at the end that's the highest up wins. And if someone can't move up any higher, that like triggers the end of the game.
Mhm.
It's easy to teach,
Mhm.
and there's definitely some strategy in how to play it. Cause yeah, you
Okay.
basically can only move up on the color of the block if it matches the color of your token or your person or whatever, or the neutral color, which is white. And so people
which
can
is
block you, and there's like a little token thing that you can put on one of the blocks that people can't go on at all.
right. It's got
So
something like
there's a
hidden-
little
yeah, screw
little
you.
take that.
So you start here,
I'm gonna punch
and
him.
then you go here.
I'm sorry you're gonna have to see
Start
this,
from the
but
bottom.
I'm gonna punch him because he
Okay,
knows
here.
I hate Drake. Drake is stupid.
You start from the bottom, and you're up to here.
And then
But
I'm
it's a-
gonna hit him with this game and
That
knock
would
him
hurt.
out. It would.
Yeah, this might be one of the top 10 games to hit somebody with.
It might actually
If you're
do
being robbed
bodily
or something.
damage.
Yeah.
It is super heavy.
Big
And I
old
would
chunky
never
wood
actually
box.
hit him with that.
And this
by the
is
way.
the reprint of the Climbers that was an earlier version, but very nice chunky pieces.
I don't know why they reprinted.
Just made it nicer.
Oh, all right.
Always.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And it's super heavy. It's hard to get back in the box. I'm not gonna lie. That's my number 93.
My number 92 is Tukahana.
Nope.
Tuka
Taya Tawaki.
Tega Tawaki.
He can't talk. Is Teotihuacan is as close as I can get.
City of God. So
There you
this same designer
It's
group,
the Italian guys.
the Italian guys that did Coimbra, great game.
So good.
So it's definitely one of those. The more you go to a spot, the better it gets. As you're moving around the board.
No, you have to have the dice there to trigger that.
Yeah, but you. So hold on, I'm forgetting how to move.
You have to have dice there in order to do the things. Remember?
Yeah.
People are your people are your dice. And if you have like
So they relocate.
What?
They relocate
Who relocates?
the worker.
They relocate?
That's what it says.
You haven't played this game in a long time.
Apparently not. All right, my number 92. Say it.
Teotihuacan.
City of Gods. So this is from the Italian
The Italian guys.
The Italian guys.
It's a group of them, and it's not always the same ones.
Yes.
And
they
we're not
did
going to try and
Coimbra.
say their names.
No,
So sorry.
Simon is one of them. I don't know if this is
No, it's David.
Daniele.
Oh, the solo mode is by David.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a awesome. We have an expansion for this. We've
No.
not played yet.
We haven't gotten the expansion.
We haven't even gotten the expansion
No.
yet, but it does have an expansion.
It has two.
It has two expansions.
Pretty sure.
So this is a moving around the board, triggering different actions. There's 4 different groups of actions, which is awesome.
The board's like a rondelle almost.
It's just like a rondelle. So you're moving around the board.
The dice are your workers.
Yeah, and so you get to chunk some dice. So if you like that kind of stuff, is awesome. And boy, I'm just blanking on this game.
That's the one that you're the pyramid. You're building it in the middle.
Oh yeah.
The big chunky pyramid. Remember we played it.
So there's more. There's 1, 2, 7 spots.
So you move around, and if there's people there, you have to pay more. I think.
Yeah.
What I wrote.
Gosh.
It's up higher on mine, I think. Where do I have it? 36. Dice rondo. It's modular board. Yeah, so you can place those around different places. God tracks.
Mini games. That's right. Okay.
Pretty sure it's on my list to play again.
Okay, my number 92 is say it.
Teotihuacan?
City of Gods by the Italian design
The
group.
Italians, yeah.
Did Coimbra on my list. We'll see him a few more times, I'm sure.
Probably.
1 to 4 players. It's about 2 hours with 4 players.
Yeah.
It's a cool little modular game. So you get to put out it sets up different every time. You're rolling dice, moving around a board, getting powers, and I love Tech Tree Tracks, and so it kind of has a Zolkin feel, which is by the same group.
Yeah, same
where you're definitely moving through different eras, almost getting better at different things, getting more powers. Definitely a victory point salady at times. It's not the hardest thing to score points in. It can be frustrating at times for sure. You get blocked. Money's tight, crazy tight.
Because money is cacao, I think, in this.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yummy. But this is one of my favorite of that group. They do such a good job.
They're so good.
And it's got a theme. I mean, it's actually has
you're building a Mayan temple in the middle of the board.
And it's
with
got some
tiles
presents.
that are big and chunky.
Yeah, it's a very fun game. It's got a you get the flow of it really quick.
Yeah.
And the flow,
There's
it
a
flows
lot of
really well.
strategy.
There's a lot of icons that make sense really quick.
Yeah, they're good at that.
But this is one of my favorites. Say it again.
Teotihuacan? Burns always tells me I say it wrong. My number 92 is In the Year of the Dragon. This is by a very not well-known designer at all. His name is Stefan Feld.
My Hero.
Have you heard of him?
My Hero.
He is, yeah. Kyle likes him a lot. So do I. So this is In the Year of the Dragon, and I did not want to play this game. I think we owned it for at least a year, maybe more.
I had played it
I
before,
played it.
and people describe this game as mean.
Yeah, and I don't like mean games usually. If I know it's mean going in, I have an easier time playing it, but I really shy away from like direct combat, or if you have to pick someone.
Yeah.
Not direct necessarily, but if you have to pick someone to be mean
Targeted
to,
meanness.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Targeted meanness. I like it if you absolutely have no choice. You have to pick on me. Then I understand it better for whatever reason. I'm kind of weird. But this isn't really a mean game. It's a game that you can plan for. Every mean thing that's going to happen, mean thing.
Yep.
It's like disease and plague and stuff like that.
Yep.
All of those things are spread out on the board from the very first turn, and you get to try and plan for them. And I like planning, so I really liked this game a lot.
After if you get screwed anything, you messed up.
Yeah, you kind of messed up. Or someone blocked you maybe, but
you definitely have time to build up.
Yes.
It has a nice split mechanic where I can split up tiles, but you get to pick.
Yes.
So that is very cool.
Yeah, and it's Feld, so, you know, there's...
And it's one of the few 5-player games.
That is true.
Most
Feld
of his games go to 4.
I wish he would do some more like that. But yeah, it's a planning game. I like planning.
Yeah.
I like
it's a mitigation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can get hammered in this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you really just like
can't plan for anything,
screw up.
Yeah, it can punish you.
Yeah,
but it's not a long game.
It's your fault then.
Yeah, it's your
fault.
fault.
I can't be mad at Kyle if I fucked it up then. Yeah. So that is my number 92, In the Year of the Dragon, my first Feld on here.
Yay. And then my number 91 to finish out this 10 is the Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Sure. I don't know, Tiefenthal. I don't know how to say it.
I don't know. It just
Tiefenwalken's easier to say.
Yeah, it's got a lot of T's on it.
Well, it has a lot of E's in it.
So this is one of our newer games. One of my newer.
My birthday.
Yeah, this is one of my newer games. This one I had not heard a lot about.
Thank you, Eugene, and he's the one. Yeah. Eugene's the one that told me about it, and we were literally gonna play Stockpile at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night at con, and I asked Eugene about this one because Michelle said we should play it, and so
she was right.
He was telling me about it. I was like, can we play this instead? So.
And it's weird. It's a North Star game, which is, they're more known for their trivia games.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Wits and Wagers, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So this is definitely
not.
They've had some gamer games, but this is definitely a gamer game. So this is really heavy in a light game. So it's got dice drafting, where you get to roll dice. In the beginning of the games, certain numbers don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning of the game, ones are super powerful.
Right.
And sixes are also powerful in the beginning, but towards the end, it's more random, but this rewards any roll.
Yeah, because your dice are triggering cards.
Yeah, they're triggering cards' abilities. So this is a game that moves through, I forget, 9 rounds, 8 rounds. And you get special powers as you go through the game, and different, all you're doing is seating people at a table.
You're running a tavern.
You're running a tavern, you want to put people in the seats. And then,
but you also have like the dishwasher and the waitress and then the jester. And
you're running a bar,
yeah,
basically. A tavern.
Tiefenthal.
Which doesn't sound the most fun, but the game is hilarious, fun. It's got some good humor in it.
Yeah. The art's quirky.
A lot of quirky art.
And it has like modules too, so you can play with the different modules.
The signatures.
It has, like, schnapps, like little cardboard schnapps.
It does got great pieces too.
Yeah, the components are great.
It has a lot of stuff that we do at the same time.
Yeah.
So there's not a ton of waiting around, which is nice.
Yeah, Kyle doesn't like that.
Yeah, so it's got a little push your luck feel. When you're putting out cards, as soon as you fill up your table, you're done. You can't get any more cards out, so that may be good or bad, depending on what you're trying to do. It's got it's almost card drafting. The cool thing is the new cards you buy go on the top and they come out immediately.
Yeah.
So you can kind of soup up your next turn.
It's deck building.
It definitely has some Dominion feel to it. It's got some cards that you get when you do certain things that don't give you any really powers, but they stack on top of each other and don't take up as many seats. Royalty.
They give you points at the end. They're like 10.
And points are good.
Yeah.
So this one's one of our. This is definitely one of my games of the year last year. Didn't quite win it, but definitely love this one.
Yep. All right, my number 91 is Marrakesh. I don't even know if it's like in print
which is sucks. We don't like to show games that aren't in print
Yeah,
very
but this
often.
game is so good. You have to talk about it. Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah.
Because you were the one that showed us this.
Board
at
Game
Board Game
Republic
Republic
in Denver.
Colorado. Go there if you're here because
It's an
they're
older
awesome.
game too.
It is, but it's really it's unique.
Yeah.
And it's abstract. I love those. You have little rugs.
The actual rugs.
Yeah,
Actual
they're
pieces
like
of
actual
carpet.
material in different colors for whoever's playing. And you're laying down rugs, and you roll a dice, and there's a little dude on them, and you can turn him up to 3/4. You can't turn him all the way around. So he's like following whatever path you roll. And if you land on someone else's carpet, then you have to pay them from your stockpile of money. And money is also victory points at the end. It looks really cool on the table because it's like
3D.
like, yeah, I mean, you've got like the little dude, but it's all these carpets that are getting built up on top of each other. So it's like a tapestry looking.
It's got even a Suro feel to it.
Yeah,
Where you're
it
just
does.
kind of following a line.
Yeah, you're like
You know,
following
go off the board and
dice
come back
roll.
on.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's in print, but if it is, or if you know someone that has it, play it. It's really fun. Marrakech.
So that's our first 10.
This is 11 again.
It's 11. And we'll see you next time.
Bye. You just had to get your 15 minutes of fame, chicken.
How'd I go? Besides, we couldn't remember.
I did pretty good.
You did good. I couldn't remember.
It's okay, I couldn't either.